What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Guys, this is a rough one, and let me say this. Shout out to your brother FBG Duck, okay? And shout out to all the African American family in the city of Chicago. Chicago is a city where, you know, gospel music really flourished. A lot of our people moved from the South and went to Chicago in the Great Migration. I could have easily been from there, depending on what my parents would have picked. So I got a lot of love for Chicago, and I'm gonna be honest in this video, and I want everybody to know in Chicago that my prayers are with you. My prayers are with the family of FBG Duck, and this is a serious situation. Now, FBG Duck was a Chicago rapper. He was pretty popular there. Shout out to Sinful to P. I watched his video on FBG Duck. Sinful to P is from Chicago, so he's way more in touch with the scene than I am, but we do know that FBG Duck was killed, and his body was shown on, I believe, in downtown Chicago, and people were streaming it on Facebook, Instagram, and things like that. He was shot by 4 people, family, and supposedly it was a gang retaliation for some things that he said. And you know, FBG Duck had been shot twice before, okay? And I watched Simple to P's video where he was telling FBG Duck that you need to leave the city of Chicago, and he wouldn't leave. He stayed right there, and unfortunately that led to his demise. But I saw FBG Duck's mother, okay, and the mother was crying and asking for people not to retaliate, and people are sending her condolences as well. But I've seen this story all too many times, family. I really have. And I believe that FBG Duck rather, he's also had other brothers that have been shot. But when I look at what I think is happening as people are rallying around her, I think we got to take a real close look. If women in the community put their kids into situations where they will encounter the streets. You know, I've seen it a lot coming up in the LA areas and in Sacramento areas and stuff like that, where, you know, people are rally behind the mom. Oh, he shot my baby and all of this. But, you know, I have an aunt that's like that. I have an aunt that died. One of her children was name was Milford. He was involved in Atlantic Drive Crips. And he got killed right out in front of her house in Compton, and we all rallied around her and stuff like that. But we can't deny that her lifestyle played a part in the why he encountered the Crips. And we got to ask both black men and black women, when you have children that you cannot take care of, you know, it's time out for talking about I'm doing the best I can. Okay, I'm sorry about hearing that, family. I just am. You know, a lot of times brothers like FBG Duck, you know, they grow up in certain areas, and obviously, you know, he made decisions in his life. He could have moved away. He could have been doing different things. So, you know, whatever, right? And the guys that shot him, they could have been doing different things. They could have been whatever. But I'm always hearing, I did the best I could. Well, your best isn't good enough. we got to be honest. These black young men and these black young girls that are coming up in these urban ghettos, it's not good enough to tell me that you're doing the best that you can. I'm sorry. And I don't mean to offend her in her time of mourning or the city of Chicago. I love you brothers and sisters out there. I really do. Because I come from a similar environment. And I had to work really hard. My dad was a damn crackhead for many years. It took me many years to get my life together because of that. Because my parents were at times unstable. I didn't deserve that. Because my parents didn't figure it out. They figured out enough. Thank God I had a people around me, a church community and grandparents that were real strong. But brother FBG Duck might not have had that. And as the impact that he had in the Chicago rap scene, he's taken away because he couldn't get away from what he knew. Which could have possibly been beef or gangs or wars or keeping it real for the streets. I don't know exactly why they shot it. I just hear speculation. But this is a brother that could have did anything. Obviously he had talent. But when we bring our kids up in environments that they can't thrive, this is what happens. You can blame the guys that are the shooters. You can blame the guys that get shot. But this is what happens when parents fail the children. And it's not fair to them. Hey, stop having kids you can't take care of. And like I said, I don't know if that is her situation with FBG. I don't know for sure. But unfortunately, I can possibly guess. This brother didn't have a shot. He didn't have a chance like that. And maybe his mama didn't know any better. Maybe she came up like that. You see, the cycle continues, and then you get a mother that's hurt. She doesn't know that she's doing the wrong thing. She thinks it's normal. The man's not there. He's a bum. She working 2 and 3 jobs trying to take, and you can't, you know what? And then when the streets get your kids, it's over. A lot of times these kids don't have the resources and the mentorship to be anything. And it hurts. It's another one of our brothers from African American, but he's gone. And we got to stop having these children out of wedlock that we can't take care of. When you do that, these kids get involved in crime sometimes. They get involved in gangs. The young women, nobody feels nobody loved them. They get into it with beef with their moms. They don't have nowhere to go. So they hanging out with guys who don't know how to treat women. Then they end up pregnant. They end up pregnant. They end up messed up. Then, you know, guys call them thoughts, hood rats. That's what happens. That's what happens. This is what happens, family. And it's a cycle that keeps continuing. Let me tell you about this. A lot of people talk about white supremacy. Denzel Washington one day made a really good point about it. We can't help the system get bigger. A lot of us, we are helping the system get bigger. We are making the system stronger, playing into its traps. We have to love our people enough to make it stop. We got to. Gotta love our people enough to tell them the truth and say, listen, you shouldn't have a child if you can't take care of it. Gotta at least try, brothers and sisters. We have to, because if not, our people are gonna be down this path, brothers and sisters. And we can't just sit around and just talk about them all day like dogs. and just roast them and insult them for making it bad. We have to care. I'm sorry, we gotta care. We have to, you know what I see in the black community especially? We have a lack of compassion for our damn people. And we gotta get out of that foolishness. These are your people too. FBG, he's a part of your people. I don't care if you didn't agree with his lifestyle or not. He is a part of your people. His mother's a part of our people. And sometimes some people fall into these circumstances. And we gotta educate. And we gotta love our people enough to tell them that you shouldn't get involved in this. And work together to provide the business and opportunities. I'm gonna tell you what happens when you don't come together and buy black and support black businesses in Chicago. You get this is what happens. You black people in Chicago, wherever that's going on, it's up to you to get together and start working together and stop this. You have to work together to start helping each other out and bringing businesses in. You have to do it. The white man not gonna do it for you. He wants them brothers to go to jail. He wants them to go to the grave, some of them. You play it right into their hand. You gotta get together with people and work with them and create jobs and create opportunities for your people so we can have less of this. Yes, we need more marriages and more families in the black. You goddamn right we need it. And we need more men and women working together so they're against one another in the black community. You damn right. And it hurts my heart to even have to make this story. But this is where we're at, family, and we gotta do better. Guys, it's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. This is subscribe at the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. Check out the Patreon. I really appreciate all that you brothers do. Thank you so much. As you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high, brothers and sisters. Subscribe at the bell. Much love to you. Peace.